to Earthbound Super Series Ancient Cave Randomizer Tournament. We are here with Wa, Azul, and ChargingCharles in the quarterfinals of the losers bracket. Very close to the end of the tournament here. This will be the fourth match. This will be the fourth of 4 matches left, because the winner of this match will go on to play Relix, I believe, has already won that match. And then the winner of that match will go to the end of the losers bracket, and that will be the finale match between the winner of the losers bracket and the winner of the winners bracket, who is currently Temple, waiting for his matchup. But right now we have Wa and Charles doing a gonna be kind of standard, I guess, if you can call it, flag set. Sometimes ancient cave seed flag sets can kind of dictate how you play the game, so to say, or dictate how you go about doing things. And this one's not technically a too detrimental one, because it really just kind of affects what goes on throughout the overworld. Nothing like missing a kid, which would kind of be bad for Gygus, or messing with how the presents work or anything like that. And of course we've got Bubble Monkey, who is showing those green colors for the St. Patrick's Day flag, which we have on right now. St. Patrick's Day was a little while ago, but still March. We're celebrating. For those who aren't aware, Ancient Cave is a randomizer that takes all tile sets in Earthbound, cuts them up into a big long, randomizes them all by door entry, and then puts them in a big long kind of maze thing where starts in Ness's room and then goes all the way to Gygus, being at the end of the maze. So beating Gygus is the end. There are 9 floors, each segmented by one of the sanctuary rooms, and then the sanctuary boss at the end is the very kind of like the foothold of the floor. So at the very end of floor 7, you beat the boss, and then the next door after that sanctuary boss that would normally lead to the next sanctuary room will just randomly take you to the first floor of floor 8. So you do that to get all the way to 9. But you can also take various skips in the Ancient Cave, which will have a minimum of 2 to 5 floors, either up or down in either direction. And those skips will be different depending on what happens in the game, but they all comprise of moving an NPC or an item or so out of the way. So like pencil eraser, backstage pass, or like Foresight Topola Theater skip. All of those guys will move an NPC out of the way, so they are sequence breaks in that regard for Ancient Cave, so they will be floor skips. But enough exposition. Floor 1 kind of, honestly, not typically the most exciting. You got the really low enemies that not really too threatening. Don't do too much damage, but good XP to get kind of those early buffer levels. We got our first skip here. Charles has found in Winters, and Wa should be right behind him. So Pooh will automatically start with the Tiny Ruby. Everyone in this will have their kind of vanilla items starting out. So Pooh will always have the Tiny Ruby. And we have Magicant going into it is an unknown floor at this point. Could be anywhere between 1 and 5 at this. It'd definitely be up, because I'm sorry, it could be anywhere between 3 and 5. It'll be a minimum of 2 skips, so it'll go up to 3 at least. We could figure it out right here, depending if either of them are brave. So that was the end of one of the floors. So they're at the very, very beginning of a certain floor. We do see a mobile sprout there in a tree, so that does kind of lead us to believe that those are PRV enemies, so probably around the 3 range, maybe? But nothing for certain. Charles choosing to despawn while Wa goes for the kill there. We see a hospital here in Magicant. Magicant's good there's a full heal here, so it's definitely a good place to work off of if they can get a save. So pretty much they've already cleared the first third of the floor, first quarter of the cave. Charles getting that free $50 while taking the full heal, getting the repair on that defense spray. That's a value increase for that, for selling it later. Non-stick pry pan for Paula. We do like that. Let's her do a little more after she runs out of psychic points for healing. Or for freezing, sorry. Ooh, a deluxe fry pan right afterwards. I believe the non-stick is better. Yeah. If I remember my brain correctly. But that's a nice room to have. Delam is a full heal. Talking to the Star Master, or the Pooh's Master there will definitely give you a full heal. We see Brick Road here. I'm noticing both of our runners are using their equip menu to put stuff on, which is definitely interesting. Ancient Cave does have the added mod of being able to equip out of your base inventory instead of doing the extra menus in your equip by just using out of your inventory. Yes, we do have Tournament Charles here, and yeah, Wah has definitely been a contender, so he's won numerous matches in brackets so far, so they both have. Doki Doki Panic ROM hack, absolutely. My favorite, of course. Charles taking a bad bat fight here, unfortunately. Seems like he will probably take a death. I believe he probably saved in Delam, but we will see in the Star Master, or in the Master Room. Yep, so because that's a pretty free full heal for when things go bad. So we are seeing Frappies and Lilliput enemies, which could mean this is like 4 tip potentially. Frappies being Belch's base enemies, so Wah is really fishing for this despawn here. He was just trying for one thing. I can respect that actually. All right, so spinning robo, still PRV enemies, so still could potentially be 3. I would assume Frappies could probably be on 3. In fact, it is probably I could see 3 being a very likely due to the PRV enemies. Mr. Baseball Bat, good item for Nest there. A lot of DPS for him. Another telephone and an ATM. Kind of poor. All right, we're going to see here. Okay, so it's definitely 3 because that is the second boss, which see what it is. It is a pump. A little bit of XP there. Should be a pretty easy kill with all the freezes available. So both of our runners are on floor 3 currently. Crystal Charm, all right. A little bit of a speed upgrade for potentially, probably Jeff. Most runners would put speed upgrades on Jeff. His bottle rockets do scale with his speed in terms of their damage, so and ability to hit rather. And running away, which also is the other important thing that speed comes into play, is factored in by all of your party members at once, so it doesn't really matter who wears it, so most runners will just opt to always keep their speed items on Jeff. Gotta love the unique sewer walking noises. And at the end of the tunnel, we find a cold remedy. Wonderful. The Dox Wellman spray, yeah, it's on point. Mr. Saturn coin, nice. That is a pretty good, not only a good defense item, but coins are very expensive, so they sell for a lot. Silver bracelet, also good for money. Charles taking a big Froppy fight here. Let's see if this pays off for him. He does have a lot of HP now. He has been getting some levels, so probably be okay for him. These aren't nearly as scary as like the Looming Hall Fobbies, or I don't ever remember the difference. Someone in chat probably knows which one's which. I would assume Fobbies are in Looming and Froppies are in Belches, is my guess. Locking it in. Final answer. Nice hamburger. Another thing that a lot of runners will definitely want to keep an eye out for are the various items that Monkey Cave patrons will be asking for. So in the vanilla game, the Monkey Cave is in Dusty Dunes Desert, and you have to go through and give all the monkeys a kind of trading quest item sequence sort of deal. So they're all split up here. Wow, you've already seen this, I hope. Okay, he probably knows. I assume he walked past it. I know I saw it on Charles' screen, but that is a one-way pass coming from the backside of the backstage pass in Tucson. It is a one-way unless you have the actual backstage pass, and we've already seen the first part of that on floor 1, so he almost locked himself out. Alright, we got Master Barf and Thunder and Storm are the important 7 and 8 bosses, so really the Thunder and Storm is kind of just nothing. That's a pretty easy boss, to be fair, to all things considered. But Master Barf on floor 7 is definitely important because that is a guaranteed scripted Pooh will learn Starstorm / Starstorm Omega if he has Starstorm Alpha already. So definitely, if they can find their way to floor 7, they're gonna want to get that. Did Charles just throw away the Crystal Charm? He's crazy. That might have been an accident. I've done that before when Ness is dead. Try to give something and then throw it away instead. A lot of Monkey Cave items here in the Tucson department store. I believe this is, yeah, I think there's no door over there. Yeah, I don't think Foresight has those windows. So I believe Charles is right where Wah was earlier, if this is the lava spring exit. Yes, so Charles is kind of like following right behind Wah here. I just think Charles is a little farther up on levels. Yes, it absolutely is. Welcome to the Ancient Cave Music Scramble, where they have a lot of remix songs, and it's honestly a lot of fun. There's some good jams in this. There's also some very interesting ones that you sometimes have to listen to for an entire floor like this one. But it certainly beats the original. You can get it at what is it? Earthbound.app. I don't think there's anything else. I think it's just Earthbound.app. That is where you can download the Ancient Cave Randomizer and then just enable the music randomizer, where you have to set it to 3, I believe, to get custom tracks. Oh yeah, they're very well implemented. And there's some, like I said, this is, if you like this, just wait till we get to the actual, like, in my opinion, decent song. Like, sorry to all the come let us adore him, or come all ye faithful, or whatever this song is called, fans out there, but there's definitely this is a bit of a sleeper in the eyes of a music fan. But it definitely, like I said, it definitely beats the original, like just having the original soundtrack randomized, because sometimes you'll get like, ooh, we do have a Monkey Cave skip here for Wah, so potential to go either up or down here. So he could either go down to 1, or more likely up. So we have not heard this music, so he has probably gone up. So now we're on Tucson, which is a very, very big tile set. One of the things in Ancient Cave that can be very daunting is a lot of times it's just a straight line, but also a lot of times you'll get these big giant rooms, which can be a blessing and a curse depending on what floor it is. If it's a high floor and you're trying to find Gygus, it can be definite curse because it can take a long, long time to search through the entirety of Tucson or Onett or Threed just to find Gygus / the little thread of rooms that leads to Gygus. But we don't quite know what floor this will be. We just know it's going to be higher than 3. It can't be 2 because it's a minimum of 2 floors. So, oh, a nice bazooka. Wah dumped his entire life savings, piggy banked that one out just to get a bazooka for Jeff. And honestly, I would have done the same thing because who knows if you're coming back here. And a bazooka can definitely carry you through a lot of fights. So, Charles not too far behind, also on Foresight, which I believe is where Wah found the monkey cave. I am not sure. It might have been something off Foresight, but I know Wah was definitely trolling around Foresight a little bit before he found the monkey cave. But I do not know if Charles has a protein drink. We also know that Wah did not check the other skip, I believe. So we're just working off this one right now. And he's found a Lam and a slimy pile, potentially. I'm going to assume, well, we're about to find out if these are deep darkness slimy piles or if they're Belch's slimy piles. Okay, they're probably Belch's slimy piles because that one went down pretty easy. So this is probably floor 5. If he was on floor 3, this would have to be floor 5, I would say, if it's just slimy piles. That's just my guess. I'm assuming those are mole cave mice. Or not mole cave mice. Where are those? Or it is mole cave, right? I can't remember. Ooh, a lot of tress surrounded by a lot of mice. This room is very micey. Charles getting kind of worked. Ooh, a Hall of Fame bat. Nice upgrade for Ness. How do you tell which floor it is? You can kind of guess by the enemies. There are some guaranteed ways. A hint man will always tell you what floor it is. So the guaranteed locations of the hintmen, like Foresight or Summers, you can go talk, or like South Scaraba, you can always go talk to them and they'll be like, it's X floor and here are all the bosses. And then every time you talk to one of the Sanctuary guys, they'll be like, I am the boss of this floor, and it's they'll say the number. So if you, for instance, Wah, I can't remember. I think it was Charles actually went to the second floor boss, talked to it from behind, so we knew he was on floor 3 because the guy was like, I'm the second floor boss. So. Otherwise, you can kind of guess just based off the enemies, because some enemies will only appear at certain floors, / items will only start appearing at certain floors. There's a lot of scaling in this by the floor you're on, essentially, so you can kind of guess and hypothesize, which you kind of have to do when you skip, because there's no markers when you skip other than unless you stumble upon like a Sanctuary boss immediately. So we're definitely looking at 5, maybe 6 with Dusty Dunes enemies, Bukas, and UFOs. And Wah's stats are definitely a little low. He has a Hall of Fame bat on Ness, but Ness's offense might still be kind of just too low. Ooh. He's trying to get out of it. Oh, will this kill? Nice. Manages to save Paulo with a freeze from Pooh. Gets a cold remedy for his efforts. And hopefully some levels, yeah. That is definitely the best thing there. Just kind of want to, like, take what you can get and get your kids levels here and there. And survive on these skips. Wah has not found a phone yet or anything like that, I believe. So Talisman Coin will be nice for defense. Charles still trolling around floor 3, hasn't quite found. I believe maybe he's about to stumble upon the monkey cave. I'm starting to recognize the area. Yes, this is exactly the same monkey cave, so we'll see if he has a protein drink. He does not. He has a pizza, though, so we're going to see the other side. All right. One runner goes right, one runner goes left. What floor will it be? It can only go up. It's also Tucson. All right, they're back together on floor 5/6. All right. Life works in funny ways, I suppose. But he's going to come over and check the Berglund Park vendors, whereas Wah has already traversed a little bit here on this floor. I did see a skip sandwich on that guy. I don't know if he bought that. I might have looked away. Skip sandwich is another monkey cave skip right there. Charles about to find out that these are not friendly UFOs, but we did see that Charles had a little bit more stats on, although now he's about the same level as Wah is right now. And unfortunately, Wah inside Charles's game just took a death, so Jeff, the lowest HP character, will go down here. I also need to, I've not seen who has prey. Has anyone spotted that? I think it was Pooh if I caught it at the very end there, but I might have, I'm not gonna say unless I know for certain. See, Paula has mirror. Yeah, it's definitely Pooh. So we have a Pooh prayer seed here. Comes into play on Gygas because it removes Pooh as a potential person who can do healing on phase 3, while getting a lot of very nice clutch saves to make sure Paula stays alive here. Gonna have to heal that sunstroke off really quickly though. Or life her up, that's fair. Kind of just doing some level up, taking what fights he can. Charles beginning his adventures on floor 5 as well now. 5/6, sorry, I'm not quite sure, but guessing here. Stuck on the NPC there. A little green swirl on the UFO. Frankie, nice. That will definitely help Charles here. This is a nice spot to work off of as a hotel heal. So it's not like he has to worry about it being like a fight or anything. Trying to clear out Dusty Dunes here. We do have a exit mouse spot here. So a couple of things you can do with an exit mouse. So haven't quite talked about that yet, but it is a mechanic that is not available. Well, it is available in vanilla, but it is fine-tuned a little bit in it is fine-tuned a little bit in Ancient Cave into what is probably colloquially referred to as a return mouse, thanks to Scramble. But essentially, you can, instead, in vanilla, what would happen is you would use it in a cave, and it would just take you to the entrance of the cave. But in this, you can set it down in a very specific location, so like right where you're standing, and then you can return to it at any point just by talking to the exit mouse. It uses the exit mouse, of course, but you can replenish it at any of the vanilla exit mouse spots. So if you stumble upon Mole Cave, the exit mouse house, which is one of the possible door spawns which Wah has found, or the Starman base exit mouse area. Yes, Frankie is a hotel heal, so don't go there thinking you're gonna get your kids back, because you will not. But it's definitely useful if you're in need of some psychic points. Or if you're near Gygas or something, you know, he comes in, he has his uses. So we might see Charles do a Dungeon Man skip here. The very risky full send gamble. He could go all the way up or all the way down. Dungeon Man is one of very, very few skips that disobey the 2 to 5 rule because it is a one-way. If you try to go the other way through Dungeon Man, you will just simply end up on where the floor naturally goes. So we see a diamond here. He green swirls it. So he'll be able to run away from it. Oh, okay, so he definitely went way, way, way up. Way higher than wherever... so Wah and him were on the same floor, and now he is definitely higher. So we have an Octobot here, so it could be 8. It could be the higher level Octobot. We could be looking at a potential floor 9 here. Yeah, I was gonna say it is entirely possible this is a floor 9. It is certainly on the table. But that's the gamble. He is soaking in the level ups right now. So many across those kids right now. And Brick Road is nice because you can kind of heal your kids up and get a nice save, especially if this is floor 9. We did see Wah. Did anyone catch the floor Wah was on? I played Rat, so it should be 6, right? I think Plague Rat is only a boss that can spawn on the upper floors. Bracer Kings for Pooh. Little defense up for him. Not conclusive on the floor item yet, but the Octobot definitely gives us a good idea. Maybe see some more enemies here. Okay, if this is a final Starman, he is absolutely on 9, but it's hard to tell. Yes, okay. So this is a final Starman, so we definitely have a floor 9 here. Yep, the final Starman is only going to be showing up on 9. So that's one of those guarantee you know enemies. Stuff like Major Psychos, Captain Starman, and I think like the Ghost, a lot of the Lava Spring enemies and up Cave of the Past enemies you're only ever gonna see on 9. So if you start seeing that crap, you're either in a bad spot like Charles is, but luckily he has the save nearby. So it can be a curse and a blessing. So there's a lot of chests on Brick Road, so definitely a blessing in that regard. And boy, he just got a ton of XP for Paula. Holy moly. But now he has 3 dead kids with no guaranteed way to revive them. And having just Paula can be a little rough since she has no way to actually heal herself. So he can kind of hang around the bench. And luckily, Brick Road has other benches in other places for him to heal at. But definitely a scary spot. Oh, is he resetting or? Oh, yeah, okay. He's going back to get all his kids back. He says it's not worth it to just have Paula, even though she got 60k XP just then. Not taking that. Honestly, and I don't blame him, because it's definitely more worth it to try and just get something on all your kids here. I still don't know. I think Wah might be on 6 now, because I feel like roaches and UFOs wouldn't be showing up on 7. This is a really nasty spawn plate to be stuck in for sure. Got a very religious amount of saving from Charles here. And he's not wrong to do so. Anything is lethal damage for him at this point. Ooh, we'll see if he takes it. All right, no green swirl. We'll see what it is. If it's a Starman, it could be really bad news. A Kraken also could be really bad news here. But if it pays off, he could get some really nice, like, solidifies or something. Tornado. That's going to hit his whole party. That's effectively a Starstorm right there. Bottle Rocket misses. Paula is down. He is probably... We might see a reset here. Charles goes back to the phone. While taking another dip in secondary sewer here on floor 6 or so. Could be 7. I really don't know. I didn't see the the sanctuary. I should have been watching what's happening. Get a squatter demon here. Might be a little easier to kill than a kraken, or at the very least, a squatter demon won't like entirely wipe your team. So you probably have a better shot of killing it, and which he does, and he's got to get a lot of XP spread to his team now, hopefully, which he kind of just wants to do and gradually build his stats up to get to that point where he can kind of just survive on floor 9. He can kind of camp this bench too and see if he can potentially farm up, but we'll see what he chooses to do. Definitely gonna be risky as well because you could get a double diamond spawn like that, while also dealing with some rough spawns in Starman base here. Ooh, a final Starman. We'll see if he has a different outcome this time. Of course, always opening up with that Starstorm. Ooh, doesn't quite do it in time to save. He's gonna go all the way back to the phone. Charles kind of in a rut here. He is not really making a ton of progress here on floor 9, and he is actually unfortunately stuck here because he has saved. So he's got to figure out some way to either accept the fact that a kid might die and try to just figure out maybe which kid could potentially get him to a full heal / phone combo. But every time he resets like that, he is losing all of the fights he took and all of the experience he got on those kids. Comic robot being a little annoying here, as they tend to be. Yep. Alright, manages to get through. Ness has 7 HP, but he's right next to the bed, so should be able to heal that right back up. Point of defense for Wah. Still present farming here. Nice. Sword of Kings in the place where you would farm for Sword of Kings too. How accurate. We'll see if he gets some unlucky spawns here after sleeping. Nothing. He will get to continue. Potentially trying to go back to the phone and try and set up another save, but also getting kind of just pincered here by the diamonds as well. Looks like he got that long follow distance coming in now a little bit. But he's probably welcoming an Octobot, given that he would rather see this over any Starman or anything like that. Wah does find the next sanctuary floor, so if he decides to continue up there, we will finally get to... I'm watching this time. I will see what floor it is. If he manages to get this despawn. He's gonna keep fishing for it. You gotta respect it. Ooh, gets nicked by the bear there at the very end. He's gonna have to take this one. Right? Oh no, the auto. Okay, I thought he tried to run for a second. I was like, it's definitely bold versus the cave boy. I'm gonna give him the workaround here. Ooh, trying to get a heal off on Jeff, but ooh, and you get the unluckiness where both your kids try to heal. Well, I think one tried to heal Pooh, maybe. Definitely a really unlucky fight to get stuck in. Lost both kids. Nope. Manages to save Paula at the very end. Nice, very quick life up from Ness there to save Paula. Oh, and I look over at Charles, and he's not in a very happy position himself. Trying to get back to the phone here. He is left with only Pooh now, which is his prayer, so, you know, dumping all of your experience into Pooh is not the worst idea. And Pooh can heal himself. However, seems like he is not going to be able to get back to the phone here. It is the 7th floor for Wah, so he will get Starstorm. We will see if he manages to get past Barf here. But he did bring Jeff back, so we will see some damage out on Barf. Should be pretty cut and clean. Solidify on turn 1 after all. Easy stuff. Deciding whether or not to use that bottle rocket. Remembers he has that bazooka. Definitely helpful. And here we go, Starstorm for Pooh. That is definitely a bonus for Wah. Our runners are certainly looking for go mode at this point. For if you are familiar with randomizers, you probably know that most randomizers have a go mode. Ancient Cave is no different in my opinion, even though it is a little like different in terms of being a randomizer, just because it's an entry randomizer as opposed to like a key item randomizer or anything like that. There are certain items that I would say that are kind of required. Like I hesitate to say they are required because I did just see someone the other day beat Gygus with no pendants. So, but it is very hard and it is requires a lot of luck. So, like I was saying, pendants, as I see Charles already has one, a star pendant. You want to get stuff that will help you defend against freeze and freeze, thunder, and flash are the 3 moves that Gygus will use in phase 2 and phase 3. So those are the 3 things you want to get on your prey person to defend for, so that they can just at best, we want them to be able to just sit in phase 3 with nobody healing them and just being able to pray for 9 times and win the game without anyone. Oh, and we find Greg. 36-41 Gygus on floor 9 for Charles. How appropriate. Fun for the whole family. Thank you, Charles. Alright, so he is doing the old classic set the mouse here at Gygus. I'm not quite prepared yet, though. Whether he needs more levels or more items, I'm not sure what he's looking for. He does have a star pendant on Paula. Probably potentially going to move that to Pooh before he fights Gygus, / maybe he's going to try and find another star pendant on floor 9 here. So Wah is going to be checking Moonside here. Charles has 2 star pendants. Okay. So there was 2 star pendants on Brick Road, or did he get those other places? My lord. I was watching Wah for a minute there, so because I know Charles was just like brute forcing his way, so he did manage to get through at long last. So he's finally kind of online here. Dang, Brick Road was loaded. Brick Road is pendant land. All right, so I did not even notice that. So Charles definitely looking at just looking at levels potentially. The other thing you kind of need for Gygus is what I would call is kind of just your DPS win condition, and that can come from different sources. Items are a really good source of damage to all phases of Gygus. Really are susceptible to a few items. So bombs, super bombs are really good for all phases. Porky and Gygus will hit them pretty good. So if you find a super bomb vendor, that's pretty much like the goated thing for Ancient Cave. Otherwise, bags of Dragonite are really good for phase 2. They're not as good for phase 1 since they hit everything, and you kind of tend to want to not hit Gygus in phase 1 because he will reflect damage back. Charles taking a little bit of a rough fight here, gonna take 2 kid deaths to a Starman. Otherwise, potentially, your main sources of damage are PK freeze in all phases from Pooh and Paula, unless the tragic situation of Pooh being, Porky and Gygus both being immune to freeze, which is entirely possible. If you ever spy with Jeff, you will see that people have resistances to certain PK moves. So, for instance, like this lava pile, I would imagine probably has like a 99% effectiveness against freeze, maybe. And maybe this ghost probably has like a 5% effectiveness against freeze, maybe something like that. But in Ancient Cave, that gets typically randomized. I don't know if it happens all the time, and I don't know to what degree it gets randomized, but it has a chance to get randomized. So Porky could have like 99% freeze resistance, and that's your main single target damage dealer, so it's really, really rough when he's resistant to that. But otherwise, you got Jeff with bottle rockets, bazookas. Bazookas are really good for all phases of Gygus because it shoots super bombs consistently. Super bombs / regular bombs. While getting a night pendant here. Not as lucky to find floor 9 skip, so kind of just making do what he can with here on floor 8. But a night pendant also good. One of the things that blocks flash 100%. Star pendants being the best thing because that will block freeze and flash 100%. As in like 100% resistance. Obviously freeze will still do some damage, but it's like 10, right, or something. I can't remember. And C pendants, I believe, are 100% flash. Correct me if I'm wrong. And sort of 75% C. Maybe they're 75% flash, 75 freeze, and whatever. But so C pendants and star pendants are pretty much your go-to. Earth pendants can still be good. Earth pendants are only 50% flash, so they're kind of like meh. In terms of phase 2 and 3. But oh, we do get the cookie room in floor 9. So this is a really, really huge room for Charles to find on floor 9 because it can have all floor 9 scaled items here. He gets a bag of Dragonite and an Auto Star Master. That is really, really good items for Gygus here. If he can find a full heal for his kids and a save potentially, he is looking at. And honestly, he doesn't even need a full heal near a save. He just needs to find a full heal and then a save so that he can just use the mice and teleport to Gygus. Because he already has that setup going, so he is pretty much almost there, I would say. I don't know, he's probably maybe just trying to get some more levels. But Starstorm is a welcome since he skipped past floor 7, and he has absolutely no way to get back there without like walking through 8 and 7. So he will not get the free one from Master Barf. So if Wah also finds that cookie room, we could see Wah also potentially getting Starstorm Omega here. So as it stands, you pretty much want to locate your prayer person, in this situation being Pooh, load them up with your resistances, whether it be Franklin Badge or pendants, hopefully both. I don't believe we've seen a Franklin Badge, so he is just rolling with the pendants. In this situation, Pooh is a kind of a vile person to. In my opinion, it kind of sucks when Pooh has prey because I still choose to Brain Shock in phase 3, even though that does waste a turn. But I think Gygus being Brain Shocked is really fast. But Pooh being the prayer just kind of closes him off from a lot of options, and that leaves Ness as your only healer. So if Ness unfortunately dies to something or tragically, somehow, Pooh can no longer be healed. He has to pray, relying on not dying, essentially. Now, luckily, Pooh has a very good stat line right here. I don't know if it's... I think his Pooh's like level 40 or something, so that also factors into it because he's had a lot of dead kids here. But 300 HP with a star pendant, probably not hurting too bad on Gygus, in my opinion. So we do see the Saturn Village shop here and an ATM for Charles with a phone as well. So he's going to be able to withdraw his cash, maybe some items for the kids here. Nope, kind of low-level items there. Yeah, T-ball bat, nice. You'd love to see that on floor 9. Yeah, I do love the Mother 3 remixes. Big fan, big fan. Totally not biased. Scarab of vendors also on floor 9. Maybe you see some bombs or something. You gotta imagine that's what he's looking for. Maybe something to bring Paula back. Monkey Cave skip there. Doesn't really help him. He knows he doesn't want to go down, so. Trying to find a full heal. Oh, he does find the full heal. So. Up to Charles now what he wants to do. He has a phone nearby and a full heal, so he can run to the phone now and get started on Gygus. I don't believe so. I believe this is just the normal one. Just because it doesn't, I don't even know if they're different. Are they different? Probably. There's so many different remixes in Mother 3. Alright, so he is not mousing yet. He's going to continue exploring. Grabbing some revives. Horn of Life on. This is a very nice vendor here. Fortunately, did not have a heavy bazooka, just had a regular bazooka. Which I believe Charles already has. He's loading up on these Horns of Life. My man is not gonna let anything happen to his kids. Good lord. Are they? I don't know anything, I guess. Then this must be the regular one then, because this is the one I remember when you fight like Barrier Trio and not Macarilla, but this is like I can like picture myself fighting Barrier Trio. That stupid boss with that music in the background. So Charles on his way back to Scarab, but does take a pretty nasty psycho fight here. However, he knows he does have the nearby full heal, so he's gonna go ahead and just unload Starstorms on these nerds. He's putting up a Psychic Shield though, so gonna have to deal with that. Wah kind of trudging through floor 8 still. Having to fight a ton of enemies in Starman base. Desperately trying to find that floor 9. And he does find the Sanctuary, so Wah is on his way to floor 9. His stats are also pretty similar to Charles, so he's probably at a similar level. And with the experience from Thunder and Storm, that's going to put him up a little bit higher as well. Wah could find... Charles just has the leg up that he could probably start Gygus any minute now. Wah still has to find Gygus. But I would say he is not completely out yet. This is still kind of close because he has now stumbled upon floor 9 here. And it's not like a crazy difficult boss. It's Thunder and Storm, so... Doing a little menuing here. Charles choosing to life up his kids back, or healing his kids back to life here. Is he? Oh, he's gonna level them. He's gonna try and level Paula up. Does Paula not have Sigma yet? I wonder. Saturn ribbon for Paula. I would think he's like... past the point of Sigma, but I haven't been paying attention to his level ups. And Sigma is not something he would use normally. Yeah, they can be. It depends on like where you're at in your level cycle, but I know in the speed run we definitely tackle Barrier Trio at a very low level, so it's kind of daunting. Luckily, Pooh has a ton of psychic points here, so both of our runners can just pour Star Storms into their enemies. Just absolutely make them eat them. Alright, so a full heal for Charles again. We'll see if he continues to explore. He is going to try and go back down near the pyramid. He still believes he is not quite ready for Gygus. Quite the juxtaposition. Yes, the stats do get shuffled, so you will see kids have different health values. Although these are kind of looking on like vanilla stats right now. Ness and Pooh having a lot of HP, Paula and Jeff not. But they're a little lower than we'd like to see at their level, that's for sure. Because Jeff and Paula are definitely not Jeff and Paula are gonna die to a beta lock-in immediately, which is probably what I assume Charles doesn't want. Yeah, Pooh is gonna be very, very useful in the Gygus fight, that's for sure. I mean, obviously he's gonna be useful just because he has the prey button. So, all right, Wah starting the Thunder and Storm fight. Fairly simple. Has a lot of dead turns because he will breathe in before he attacks with his PK Thunder. So not only will he take a dead turn, he will also attack with a PK Thunder, a Mach-like, so he can also miss that. Kind of. I mean, with four kids up, he won't miss it because it's 100%. If you are unaware, PK Thunder goes up by 25% for every kid you have up. So for 4 kids, 100% chance of hitting. And if you have 1 kid up, it's a 25%. No, Jeff will never have PK moves. The psychic moves will never be scrambled. If you're looking for something like that, you should check out PK Scramble, which is the key items randomizer. They actually just recently, I don't know if they added something that gives Jeff psychic abilities, but they just recently updated it to where it scrambles around like well, it's always been able to scramble around the PK moves, but they added a recent update that expands it even more. Alright, done shilling for Scramble. Yes, it's me! It's Irving. I'm important. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, this is quite the juxtaposition to literally Arilix. Bless that dude's heart, fighting Gygus with no pendants. And I'm seeing Charles have like 2-star pendants, C pendant, and like 9 horns of life. Like, my man's going for it. Are we finally see him now go back to the intestines as I'm like smack talking him here? Actually, that is true. That is true. We just typically don't play that with in regular seeds. I guess that could be a flag set. We just never experienced that in the tournament. I don't know how stable it is, but I think you are correct. I don't know if that will give Jeff psychic points though. So don't hold me to that one at least. All right, let's see what. Oh, nice. I love Leprechaun Porky here. He's got the big old shamrock on the front. All right, nice Tinda Village. So this is floor 9 now. Tinda Village is a good place to save and work off of. Little molecule for thick molecule for Gygus. Good old thick molecule. Okay, Gygus opens with a beta. Definitely not what Charles wanted to see. But I can only imagine this is why he bought a bunch of Horns of Life, is for this exact situation. Is that if a beta happened, he could just deal with it. Because although the definite downside to the beta killing the two kids is that when they come back to life, seems like Charles is also choosing to just keep them down. Definitely very risky. That's a lot of DPS you're missing out on. Uh-oh. 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 Floor 9 showtime. Oh, Wah. Well, Wah gets a break, and we get a little bit of a jammer. Charles not in a good spot here, I will say. But I believe he was trying to just gonna brute force it with Pooh and Ness, and then revive the kids on the. See so. And it's not a terrible strategy because we don't have freeze resistance on Porky, so he's actually taking like 400 damage from these freezes. And Pooh has a ton of psychic points, so he is more than willing to. And he does it. He is going into phase 2, so he was trying to avoid bringing back Paula and Jeff into not having a psychic shield because Ness and Pooh get to keep the psychic shield that Paula put on them, but because Paula and Jeff died, if they were revived, then they would not get the psychic shield and they would likely just immediately die right afterwards because Alpha/Beta comes out every turn. So now we are at the point where the pendants come in. So now we can pretty much assume the kids are going to be able to survive since we have C pendants and star pendants. So we definitely love it. So, oh, this was the other side of Scarab. Okay, so seeing some familiar area here for Wah. He's not too far from Gygus in that regard then, but Charles is going to keep barreling through. He's in a much better spot now. I don't know what he has in terms of psychic points restoring, but I know he's got Paula and Pooh back alive and a lot of Starstorms going out, so he should be pretty close to finishing phase 2 up here. I don't know if he threw out a Brain Shock on Gygus here. He is switching over to Freeze, though, to potentially maybe save for phase 3 Brain Shock. Now he's just straight up defending. But we're getting a lot of nice dead turns here from Gygus, so, and there it is. The phase 2 death. So Charles actually in a really nice spot here. 400 HP on Pooh with a star pendant. So we'll see if he chooses to throw a Brain Shock first. No, he's just going to go with the praise. Brain Shock can come in nice because every time that Gygus has a dead turn / uses Thunder on himself, if he uses Thunder on himself, it's typically faster than when he uses it on you because the animation won't go through. Hey, any mods around to ban Mr. Danny A73 here? My man, my legend, trying to shill his link that turned into a comma. The failure of the... You can Brain Shock on Prayer 3. Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, do you really have the Brain Shock before the phase, or like before like his defenses are unstable? I did not actually know that. That's good to know. Does he just not get does he just not take the Brain Shock? Prayer 1 will erase it. Gotcha. Alright, interesting. I didn't know that. You learn something new every day. Man, Wah is loaded. 39k. This is what happens when you don't skip immediately to floor 9. I gotta say, Brick Road, correct me if I'm wrong, but Brick Road skip has been, like, kind of insane this tournament. Oh, who is it? It's, I believe that was, the mock pizza guy, but the one behind the counter, right? Or is that the Escargot Express guy? Might have been the Escargot guy. But, he definitely had to go to the bathroom. Charles continuously praying. I haven't been counting the prayers, but we'll keep an eye out for when the background changes to the 9th or the 8th prayer, I should say. While having a lot of enemies to churn through here in Looming Hall. All right, we are now going on the 8th prayer for Charles. Finally going to defend with Ness. Ness was gonna die here, actually. How poetic. On the 9th prayer, Ness is taken out. Doesn't quite get in under an hour, but we do see the nice even 1 hour there. GG, 9th prayer. Congratulations to ChargingCharles, ChargingCharles, ChargingCharles.
Did I win?
Yeah, I think so. Yep, congratulations with a 1 hour and 11 seconds. Welcome, sir. Quickest entry into the commentator ever. No, I'm just kidding.
I know, right? No, I thought it was an early Gygas find. I felt behind because floor 3 was so long, and then just
you did. I believe it was
with
30.
like skip,
I
and
think it was 36 minutes. Yeah. So.
Thought,
but it worked out.
As soon as I got into Dungeon Man, I figured it was going to be floor 9 when I saw the Bionic
Diamond
come through. And I saw that, like, okay, so usually he shows up like one of the ropes is going to be Gygas. And after I found him, I just thought, get exit mouse down, go find a saved, replenished point. Just the hardest part from there was just getting my ass at a Dungeon Man.
True. Yeah, we were commenting that. We were like, oh yeah, he's kind of in a rough spot because every time he resets here, he's gonna have to go back and lose all that experience he got, slash all the presents he picked up.
Yeah, all I want to do is get a couple presents and experience.
Go back and save. Yeah.
It just didn't happen.
He got pincered like every time.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah, the draw distance, the follow distance was a factor there in Dungeon Man.
I did see that. Yeah, there was a couple times he got caught.
I was like, from where the hell was that?
Off screen, yeah. But Dungeon Man I kept calling it Brick Road in commentator. I now realize as we were talking about Dungeon Man, but had a ton of pendants. My God.
Yeah, the Star C also told me like, hey, I got to be close. And then it was tough to get in the Lumine Hole room. Was pretty hairy for a while. The present room was a nice find, just to get the Star Master.
Yep. Always.
But other than that, it was
just Star 9. Yep.
Scaraba was good. It had the Horn of Life shot, which was necessary come Gygas, it seemed. I had a few close shaves in the first round. But then from there, it was cake.
Really came down to, because now as you see, Wah, I don't know if you're watching the actual stream, but Wah is now on the Dungeon Man floor now. So he did not. So you guys were neck and neck, literally same skips up until right when you took the Dungeon Man skip. He climbed all the way 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh, he didn't catch Scaraba there?
No.
That was out of 4 side, I think.
Or it was the Dungeon Man. You're right, exactly. Yes, the south side of Scaraba.
Yep. Yeah. So I mean, 4 side.
I think he found the sanctuary instead of the skip. So he went that way.
That can be misleading, and that was a skip that'll do it. I thought
Dungeon Man will send you back down too. You know, I was saying
that's why I
planted
the exit mouse beforehand in case I wasn't able to take a death warp and I'd have to burn him there. But yeah, that worked out nice.
Yeah, definitely. And you were loading up on it. It was kind of a nice setup with Scaraba there. You loaded up on the Horns of Life. I thought you got a ton, and then I kind of noticed like, oh, it's true that Paula and Jeff are just gonna die to Rockin' immediately.
Yeah, if it was an alpha, I would have had Paula survive a bit with the shield that I had to get off. I couldn't get shield for that psychic shield I needed. She was like level 39 and it never came through. So I
wondered because I was like, he's running around, and I was like, I feel like he's probably ready, right? But I don't know what he's missing.
Eventually, it crossed me like, who is an absolute tank in that?
Yeah, 400 HP, my lord.
And then I wouldn't let Pooh die, which is a good thing. I bought all those Horns of Life. I was tempted to blow one on Jeff in phase 3 just as a Thunder Sponge, but again, Pooh was so healthy that there was no real need for that.
Right. And yeah, so Wah is now on Gygas now, so you will move ahead in the losers bracket to the semifinals now. So 3 matches left in the tournament.
Yeah, I think I'm coming up against
Irelix actually won that one, I believe.
Oh, he beat IQ.
Yes, he won that one with the 50-minute no pendant Gygas fight.
Oh right, yeah, no pendant. That's just a really lock. I mean, what chance do I have really? He's just gonna show up, pray against a Diamond Dog.
Yeah, I believe it was I think Pooh did get off a confused brain shock on Gygas or something. I can't remember what exactly happened, but it was very, very clutch. But Wah now going up against Gygas will respectfully he will finish it out. Yeah, it was no pendant. It was crazy. But
so he found the present room and got this Omega there. That's gonna be nice.
Yes, Master Barf was the floor 7 boss. So I know.
Yep, I saw that. And so I thought
oh, did you find a Hitman? Okay. Oh yeah, you did go to
I did find a Hitman in Foresight.
Yeah. That is true.
This is it was the ideal Pokey in this scene. I think he was
about
200%.
Man, I thought you were, when Jeff and Paula were dead, and you weren't reviving them, because I was like, well, it's rough because they don't get the shield back, right? But then Pooh was doing like 400 damage with every single freeze, and I was like, my lord. He's got this.
Between that and the brain shot Gygas, it would take care of business itself.
Looks like Wah got a alpha, and potentially his Paula is a little beefier than yours. I'm not quite sure.
His Paula is, yeah, if she got the shield.
So his first phase is gonna go a little smoother. But Wah, honestly, for not getting that floor 9 skip, and coming up this close behind you, I would say that's pretty commendable.
Yeah, he was fast then. We're 6,
yeah,
7,
he
8
kind of cleared exactly. Yeah, he cleared. Because I believe that was 5 that you. No, it was 6. It was 6 you skipped off of.
Okay, so he had the pizza as well.
No. Oh, that's right. That's exactly what it was.
Somewhere.
You did. He had the protein drink. You didn't have the protein. He had the protein drink, and he took that. But they both went to Tucson. So you guys were on different sides of Tucson.
Okay.
But you also both ended up. I don't know where exactly you turned, because you both ended up in Foreside. I know that for a fact, because I know you both hit the Hitman up in Foreside.
Tucson, I think, was just the upper left house. I just went and followed that. I think that dipped me into Tucson.
You both skipped into Tucson from the Monkey Cave.
Yeah. I came in by
I believe the other one was like the Apple Kid house
in Central Town, and then I left via upper left.
It was kind of funny because I was like, oh, we're gonna see them separate, because Wah didn't. I don't know if Wah had a pizza, but he didn't go back for the other skip, and then it was just Tucson. So I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I suppose when he got to his floor 9, then he was already somewhat beefed up and could handle some of those fights.
Definitely. He had the same. When he was going up to Thunder and Storm, he was already at the same stat line that you were, which was the floor 8 boss.
Mm-hmm. And, he's still Omega's there.
That's gonna help.
Did he end up dipping into Dungeon Man much to get the presents, or did he find Gygas and just say, "Let's go"?
I did see him walk south a little bit. I don't know if he walked all the way to the phone. So I believe he got some pendants.
Okay.
I didn't quite check though. I only have to watch one screen, and I'm bad at doing that.
Yeah, we can't all be great, but I appreciate you doing the commentary, anyways.
Oh yeah, it was a good race. Honestly, you guys were neck and neck for a while, so it was interesting to take, because I believe you took the same. There was one skip in the beginning you both took.
Yeah, it funneled you right into the.
Tiny Ruby, exactly. Yeah. You were there at the exact same time. Yeah.
Like I opened a present, I got signed bananas. Like, ooh, well, no, he's gonna get it too. So like, it's not an advantage necessarily. When everything is so linear to start with, you were gonna find it. I didn't think
it's true.
The pizza's kind of a tough item to come across. I feel like I never have pizza for the pizza skip, so I was happy to find that. I think maybe got it from an enemy drop. Maybe
You
forget where it showed up, but
must, or is that or just some random chest? Although I feel like pizzas probably don't show up that early in chests. But I'm not quite sure. Alright, so he's on phase 3 here. Getting some thunders, but obviously he has the same tank poo here, so 300 HP. Looking healthy.
yeah. And when I saw that the thunder was only doing 100 or so, that was a nice breather as well. Although my poo took a bunch of thunders in phase 3, it wasn't very cool.
I noticed you were life upping him a lot. I was like, he's really not wanting poo to die here.
No, I mean I just wanted to keep that 2 thunder cushion up,
Right.
and also was running a little bit low on psychic points too, so I just thought I'd just keep a slow bleed of alphas in there.
And that should be around 6. I honestly was not keeping track, so we'll see when the
that looks to be number 6 if it's in the upper hundreds.
But the flag set, I mean, other than like the issues in Brick Road, you know, I was mentioning in the beginning, I was like, this kind of like your standard ancient cave fight here, because like there are some flag sets that kind of like change the way you think of the game. You know, if you're missing nests, for instance, or if you're missing, or if you have to do the silly items only from enemy drops, for instance, stuff like that.
Yeah,
but this one's just like standard ancient cave with some hazards.
Yeah, generally speaking, I was okay with that flag set when I saw it. I think the flag set for next round for the Aurelix and I race is going to be no Jeff. Which I think that's what the crowd wanted, because no one really likes him anyways.
He's a hit or miss kind of guy, you know. When he's cool, he's really cool, and then he kind of sucks when he's not.
I'm gonna miss not having the big bottle rocket early on in case Starman Jr. is the floor 1 boss.
All right, GG to Wall 1:11:20, coming in with a very respectable time.
Yeah, especially if he did 6, 7, and 8 and 9 all in one there.
Yep. No skips after the monkey cave one. He just kept finding sanctuaries. He couldn't find any more skips, I don't think. I actually don't even remember if he found any like viable ones. But GG's all around both of our runners. A very good tournament showing to Wah. Having come this far, he won a ton of matches in this tourney, so very great showing. I mean, he beat me, so.
Well, you know he's great then. He beats you.
Yeah, clearly. That's why I'm here. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Charles, I believe that is going to be all from us, but I appreciate you coming in, giving us the commentary.
Hey, no problem. It's always good to be a man of the people. So we'll.
Yeah, you know they want to hear.
Thanks for commentating. Harry, thanks for the restream. Y'all are great.
You take it easy, man.
Yeah, you too.
Alrighty. So, like I said, we are going to wrap this one up here. I assume Aries going to raid someone, but in the meantime, just to go over, we have 3 more matches left in the Ancient Cave bracket before the tournament is concluded. So, the next one will be Charles versus Aurelix at some predetermined time. Obviously, we don't know anything yet since the matchup was just decided, so I will turn it over to Airfram. But I appreciate everyone hanging out tonight. Fair enough. All right. Have you already cut? I'm not sure. All right. So no speed runs going, so we're just gonna go ahead and end up tonight. Oh, okay, gotcha. Appreciate everyone hanging out, and stay tuned for the posting of the next match whenever they coordinate that. Should potentially be within the next week, so keep an eye out for that. Everyone have a wonderful evening, and I will see you next time.